It's a great honor for us to have you all grace the occasion. Mr. Tariq Kamal, co-convener, will introduce our guest speaker for today. At the end of the session, we have a question and answer session followed by a member introduction, as has been the practice in all the AABN meetings. Please stay back till the end of the session, and I'm sure there will be a pocket full of takeaways for all of us after the session today. Over to you, Tariq.
Yeah, thanks, Gopi. Good morning, everyone. Hearty welcome to our Sunday morning meeting. We are immensely pleased to welcome our fellow alumnus, Mr. Keerthi Mahalingam of 2005 batch, and thank him for taking his time to address our ABN gathering. Keerthi completed his master's degree in IT and automation systems in Germany, and he is currently the Director of Operations of United Industries Plastics Private Limited, which was founded by his father, late Shri Mahalingam sir, in the year 1985. The company is headed by his elder brother, Mr. Karthik Krishnan, an engineer with a master's degree in business administration and in finance from the United States, who has been steering the business to the next level consistently. From a humble beginning in 1985 with 2 injection molding machines, the business started growing at a greater pace because of the commitment to quality and excellent customer service. In their journey of excellence, United Industries now operates 4 manufacturing units in Chennai and 1 in Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh, employing over 600 people, achieving a progressive sales turnover year on year, and transforming the company into a global player. The company is a Tier 1 and 2 supplier to the automotive industry and Tier 1 supplier to home application with a focus on injection molding and assembly process. Today, the company is branded as a specialist in automotive and white goods. The company caters to Tier 1 vendors of Hyundai, Ford, Renault Nissan, Toyota, Daimler, and Kia Motors. They also cater to TI Cycles, Schneider Electric, Samsung, Wheels India, Brakes India, and TVS Rubber. With a vision to establish the organization as the most preferred source of total plastic injection molding solutions, the management has been adopting the best practices in the industry, including state-of-the-art manufacturing facility, technology and automation, and Industry 4.0 solutions wherever required. It is quite natural that United Industries, apart from its steady growth, has also been consistently bagging several distinguished awards for their quality, systems improvement, zero defect achievement, maintenance, and delivery, to name a few. Keerthi also has another interesting business venture during his study in Germany. Being a foodie, he has fulfilled his passion towards establishing a South Indian vegetarian restaurant in Germany. Today, Copper Bowl Restaurant is a place to visit while you are traveling over to that region. And the outlet has been constantly receiving 5-star reviews from their local customers. Keerthi was introduced to ABN network by his 2005 batchmate, Mr. Stalin, who lives in Qatar. Stalin was inspired by our network and registered around 42 alumni from his batch. When I first met Keerthi during the late 2018, he was quite interested about our activities going out in our ABN network. He attended our meeting in March last year and gave a presentation about his company. Keerthi has been a standing example of how to be compassionate towards fellow alumni. Ever since he got to know about our entrepreneur community, he has always been approachable to everyone, extending the courtesy to give priority to our ABN members for his ongoing requirements. He has been very prompt in posting his requirements in the WhatsApp group, and he has become a very familiar name in our network, and several members have had the opportunity of providing their products and services to his organization. At this juncture, it is my duty to name a few members at least. Ashok Kumar 87 batch, who supplied optical data network and switches. Ravinder 83 batch supplied 8 LED lights. Karunakaran 98 batch had supplied weighing machines. Kannan 80 batch had done the detune filter and power factor system. Balaji 89 has been providing lifts and elevators. Raghavan 2005 dining panel with indicators, and Shashi Kumar of 86 batch has been providing dining table and kitchen equipments. Tariq Kamal 84 batch has been providing ERP and software solutions. And recently, Meenakshi Nathan had procured during the COVID time face shield masks from United Industries for his Bewell Hospital from United Industries. The success of United Industries can be attributed to the management style, straightforwardness, systems and processes, adaptation to change, and the overall ecosystem created by the top management among the team and employees, along with a commitment to social responsibility and supporting activities like Founders Education Fund for the benefit of their employees. On behalf of ABN members and our core committee, we wholeheartedly welcome Mr. Keerthi Mahalingam to our gathering this morning and look forward to listening to his insights on managing sustainability and growth. Thank you very much. Over to Keerthi.
Let me just share the presentation screen first. Yeah, are you able to see the screen? See the screen, everybody, the presentation screen?
Yes, Keerthi.
Okay, good. Thank you very much, Tariq sir. That is a humble introduction, and I very much thank you for the same. So what I wanted to do was this topic assets with managing sustainability and growth. I thought I would start with my profile and then go into the topic so that you would be able to see how we have done the profile wise itself. You will be able to see what and all processes are there inside our factory. So if somebody is not able to, is everybody okay with my voice?
Yes, okay.
Should I be a little more loud?
No, voice is okay.
Okay, good. So as Mr. Tariq sir had said already, the company was started in 1985 by my father. He was there. He was working as a lift technician in Saudi Arabia for 10 years. And once I was born, he had come back and thought like he would start this business with one of his friends as an advisor. So when we started the injection molding business, we had started with the hand molding machines. And the first product that came out of our factory was the gas cylinder cap. So you would have noticed it in your day-to-day LPG cylinders. There will be a safety cap on the top of the cylinder. And this is the first product that came out of our factory. And right now we have close to about 100 injection molding machines, and we are able to supply a 3-meter wide bumper part. So that's how we have gone from strength to strength, and with the full backing of our customers all the time. So as my brother joined this business in 2003, and then year on year, we have been growing at a rate of 30%. And with this knowledge in finance and with this ability to take risk, we have gone strength to strength. So we are tier 1 vendors or tier 2 vendors for the Hyundai, Ford, Renault, Nissan automotive industry. And we are directly supplying to Samsung Electronics and TI Cycles and Wheels India, etc. And newly we have put up a plant in Anantapur in last August, and now we have also been a preferred source vendor for the Kia Motors as well. So we have 3 units in Chennai, one located in Manappakam, the other one located in Maulivakkam near Porur. And the biggest unit, which has 2 shop floors, is located in the unit 3 in Pilaipakam, which is next to the Bosch Siemens division. The new plant, which I already told, which is in Anantapur. So this is how we are strategically located. Our head office is located. So we first put our machines were in Chulemedu, and that acts as our head office. And that's how we are located inside the factory. So we are moving closer to our customer. So every plant when we construct, we inch closer to our customer, so that we maintain the rapport with them. So this is some of the pictures from our factory, the front area. So this is a family-owned business, and you would have seen step by step how we have developed ourselves. And from where we started in Chulemedu to the Anantapur facilities, we have every new factory is a benchmark for the previous factory, and that's how it has been. So we operate as we have a good organization structure. Even though we come from the manufacturing industry, we have a good organization structure. Each and every plant has its own plant head, and has its own, every department has its own HODs. And this is one of the examples from our plant 3 in Pilaipakam, and this is the organization structure. So this is how we started in 1985, and year on year we started step by step, and then we were among the first people to get the SQ mark certification from Hyundai when they introduced this process in 1998. And from then onwards, it has been a growing curve. So last year we have done a sales turnover of 311 crores. And you would have seen that once I go to the turnover curve, you would probably get to see. So the vision is to become the most preferred source of plastic injection molding. And we have now also entered into the business of painting as well for the automotive plastic division. And that to become the preferred source is what our target is. So during my presentation about the managing sustainability and growth, I would be emphasizing on the topic of QCDS, and that is also one of our missions. Mr. Chokeya sir would know good about lean manufacturing principles, and when I explain that topic, then probably he can add something else to it as well. So enhance professional performance through professional management, add new customer or vertical every year, and that is the mission for this year. And to develop and manufacture our own products. We have already been tied up with another engineering company who, along with my knowledge with the automation, we are developing a product, and that might hit the market probably mid of next year. Our quality policies and quality objectives. So this is our sales thing. So automotive industry is our main focus. Close to about 85% of our business comes from the automotive industry. And this has been so in 2008, it was almost 100%. And slowly we entered into the white goods market, and then we are doing a diversification. Currently, the white goods has a 15 to 16% turnover inside my factory. So this is our sales trend chart, which has been happening from, as you see, when my father started, or when my brother took the business in 2003, we had a turnover about 3.4 crores. And that's when the automotive industry was also starting to establish inside Chennai. And we took this as an opportunity, and we took the risk of adding more machines, and then giving maintaining a good customer relationship, following up the QCDS all the time. And on year, we have been growing at a rate of 30%. Normally, I put a target for the next year, but due to the COVID times, I have not put any target. So we actually don't know what is going to happen this year. So this we have already spoken about. Sioniva is our main customer, who is a primary source of front bumper and door trims, and as well as the rack bumper. And all our parts are related to this. And Samsung India Electronics, we supply to the refrigerator and the washing machine division. And for the Bosch Siemens household divisions, we are going to supply for the refrigerator division right now to start with. This project is already picked up, and we should start billing them from end of next quarter. So where we are right now with respect to the automotive industries is the front parts, front bumper and bumper child parts, and seat child parts for the Hyundai Transit, or previously Daimos Lear Corporation. And then we are in the door trim parts and sunroof parts for the Sioniva, and for outside and inside reverse for the SMR division, and the washing machine and refrigerator parts for the Samsung division. So we have quite a bit of an engineering cycle that happens inside our organization, right from acquiring the proto sample to have internal lab test facility. We have quite a huge devices that we would be able to help our customer with respect to design as well. And we are known for our high tonnage machines and robots, and we have close to about 60 to 70% 850 and above machines, injection molding machines. We have a small internal tool room facilities. We have our own dispatch vehicles, and we have our own fabrication unit. So it is like from the beginning to the end, we completely cater to our customer in all the ways possible. So Mr. Tariq sir had said that we have close to about 600 employees. I would like to correct him up. We have close to about 1,500 to 2,000 employees, 1,500 employees on our payroll, and about close to about 500 employees from the contract laborers. And so each plant has its own structure, as I already previously told. These are the number of machines that we have in the Chennai divisions. And we have close to about 66 injection molding machines spread across these 3 units. And as you see, all our machines are mostly 850 and above. We have close to about a major chunk of our business coming from. So this is the list of machines of our Anantapur facility. Through we are sole, or rather, Kia is the main customer out there, and we have put explicitly for Kia Motors this plant. So this is our in-house storage system, shop floor management. So this is our Anantapur facility shop floor. So you would be able to see a good difference between our previous plant and the latest plant that we have put. So we are trying to become as professional as possible and as for our product profile with respect to automotive industry and bird's view. So this is for the Hyundai Venue car, the number of parts that we supply. So this is for the Kia Motors product. So close to about 100 components get supplied for the Kia Seltos from our unit. Some of the washing machine components for Samsung, and some of the refrigerator components for Samsung as well. So we have a POK systems implementations. So whenever this comes into the topic of the support services, and whenever there is a problem with respect to any kind of a component, we try to utilize the POK implementation and try to avoid man-made errors as much as possible. Some of the POK implementations that we have done. An online machine status monitoring. So IoT introduction that happened. So some value addition processes that we do. Some of the technologies that we use with respect to value addition processes. We have a new clean room facility that we have introduced. So this is a special kind of a process wherein we avoid completely paint this thing. So for example, in injection molding, there are some components where you need to, where there is a newer technology wherein you would be able to avoid the paint as much so with high-end molding. And for this special purpose project, we have put up this clean room facility. So my kind of this thing, what I have done after joining up in United Industry is to introduce IoT 4.0 inside the machines. All our machines are completely online monitored, and this has its own advantage. We are able to track down all the SPC parameters, the energy consumptions, and every day we are able to see what kind of every day we are able to see what is the every day we are able to monitor each and every shift's production data, and as well as the stoppages, and as well as we are able to do the quality monitoring as well from wherever we are. This has extremely helped us during the COVID times, wherein I have been sitting here in Chennai, and and I have been running my machines in Anantapur, and without my presence itself, I am able to monitor all these parameters wherever I am. So this is, for example, you would be able to do factory-wise, multiple machine-wise. We have been able to monitor. This also helps us out in a kind of a predictive maintenance for all my machines. So even before a failure occurs, we are able to monitor all the parameters of the machine. Let it be the oil temperatures, let it be the servo drivers, the heat, the temperature at which it is, etc., etc. This is, for example, this is a dashboard which I get from my machine monitoring system, wherein I would be able to see on a shift basis where the productivity is inside my plant, and the OEE at my fingers. We have also put up an energy monitoring system for the entire plant, not only the injection molding machines, but also all the accessories attached to the machines, and as well as all the other parameters that we monitor on a regular basis as well. This has also helped us out with respect to do the predictive maintenance as such. And we are able to, whenever there is a problem with the machines, we monitor these energy parameters and see where we have gone wrong, whether with respect to the power factor or with respect to the consumption of power. We are able to see a difference, and we are able to take a preventive maintenance of these machines even before the schedule comes. So some of the certificates and awards which Mr. Tariq had already spoken about, as I said, ISO certified company, IATF audited as well. IATF certificate is also given for all the 3 plants. SQ mark certificate, one among the first to get the certificates. So best quality awards, supporting vendor awards, supporting NPTs. Maintenance award, some of the delivery awards that we have got. Kaizen awards for the Zero Defect Achievement Awards from Samsung. And last year, I've got an award for the Certificate of Expansion, supporting Samsung with respect to their Kappa expansion. And yeah, that's about it. That's our profile. And I'm extremely sorry, but this is a new way of me giving a presentation or giving a pitch to about my profile. So I have it's not flowing freely. So shall we get into the topic of managing sustainability and growth?
Yes, Keerthi.
Yes, sir. So as such, this topic is a kind of a big for me as well, because as you have noticed, as Tariq had said, I was in Germany till my father's demise in 2013, and I joined this business only in 2014. And it has been a learning curve all the last 5 years for me, from a brother who's the biggest pillar inside our factory, and I have learned quite a few things from him. And some of the topics that we are going to talk about is something that I have noticed inside my factory, and some of the topics which is there is something that we are trying to achieve inside the factory. Not everything what is there, what I have in the presentation is already achieved by United Industries, but with my brother's input, I have done this presentation, and I'll get into it. So we see the managing sustainability and growth. There are a few key points with respect to do this, and one is the fundamental focus of the business growth. And here I talk about the perspective from manufacturing industry. And this might vary from different types of other industries, but for the manufacturing industry as such, these are the points that we notice for having a sustainability growth. Rather than putting as a sustainability and the growth, I would put it as sustainable growth. How to go about it. So that is, first thing is to concentrate on the fundamental basics of the industry we are at. Here it's the manufacturing or injection molding machines or injection molding business that we do. Prioritizing skills among your employees. That is something that is very, very important as such. We get into this topic on a step by step. I will tell you or rather, I will give my perspective for these things. To maintain a happy ecosystem or happy employees, to have productive partnerships or collaborations with your suppliers, as well as like-minded people, or even to the extent to your competitors. Diversification of the business as such, and not putting everything into one chunk of money, but then to split it across and put it across in the various different technologies, as well as in different kinds of fields. Adapting to change and prepare for disruptions. This is something very relevant to the COVID times. So focus on the basics, or the focus on the basics is very important here. And here for the manufacturing industries, we come with the lean manufacturing examples. So to have a good QCDS system, that is quality, cost, development, services, and services would turn into support as well, which is services or support or both together. To maintain a good quality, the product depends upon almost entirely on the quality of the supplied materials. It is not possible to produce a high quality end product with low quality components. So we need to have a consistent improvement across the factory to have this established. And for that, at United Industries, what we have done is that we have introduced some technologies to monitor these quality parameters. Right from we have right from your incoming quality, we do an inspection of all the products whatever we come, and then we have a process approval through the ERP facilities, and then what we do is that once the raw material is manufactured or converted into a product, we automatically, with the help of the robots, we automatically weigh the product, and we generate a barcode system. So at any point of time, we are able to track or monitor any product that is being dispatched or that is being produced by us at all times. And the next thing is that what we do is that is the competitive cost. So as I had already said before, we adopt this lean manufacturing principles, and with help of improving the efficiencies, we try to get a good competitive cost. At our industries, the cycle time is the of a product which is getting manufactured plays a major role, and that is what is saving us costs. And that is how, following up the SPC parameters, we try to maintain the quality of the product, and as well as with the implementation of a robot in all our high-end machines, we try to get a competitive cost to the customer. We are always one step ahead of what the customer expects, and that's where we have been able to grow on a regular basis. The next thing is the on-time delivery. So what we do is that we are not early, we are also not late. And this concept of the automotive's just-in-time concept has been very, very helpful to us, and has developed us into a good delivery company. And for that, what we try to do is that we maintain always our stock, and as well as we maintain the 4M, that is the material, machine, man, and the method. It's how it is produced. And all the critical components, what we have done is that we maintain a safety stock, and so that the supply is not stopped anytime. The next thing what is important for the basics is the services that we render to our customer, and the response at which, whenever there is a problem, we totally attack the problem with the POK facility. And that has helped us out in kind of giving a confidence to the customer. Even we make a mistake, we ensure that the mistake is not repeated again. And that kind of a support system, and whatever the customer asks, we give, and ensure that not everything is monetarily thought about. The next topic that is very important for following up the basics is the cash flow. To have a balance between your inflows and outflows, that is very important. And for that, what my father has taught us is that to always to honor the government first, then your employee, and then your supplier, and then you. So that is the four things that we have thought about. And due to the COVID times, the first and second places have interchanged, wherein the employee comes first, then the government, then your supplier, and then you. So that kind of a cash flow decisions is what goes through inside our industry. And what we have done to improve the basics or to have a fundamental strong base is that we have introduced ERP system in the entire factory, and we do a day-to-day accounting, and we also do a profit and loss on an everyday basis. And this is being done by our senior level managers, and not just by the managing director or the director, but then by the senior level managers. So we asked them kind of a one-page report, wherein in the one-page reports, they would be able to give us the complete whatever has happened through that day. They would be able to give us out, and we also ensure that we have a transparent level, or we give them so much information that they would be able to do the profit and loss statement on their own. This brings a good amount of transparency inside our system. So the next topic, what is very much important for a growth, is to put the coins on your employees, or to improve their skills. And for this, what we do at the United Industries is that we created a core team, and this core team acts as a bridge inside and outside of the organization. So the inside of the organization is with your employees, and outside is with your customer. So anytime this core team empowers the company and keeps our company stable, and as well as whenever there is times wherein we need to think about what is next, the core team balances, or the core team stabilizes the whole factory, where our focus is on something else. Then is the process emphasization. So we do not rely too much on a single manager or an employee or a supplier as such. And if we think that if a person of the business becomes unavailable, it can affect the entire operations and the revenue as such. So what we do is that we have created processes inside the factory, wherein even if one person is not there, the system would still function out, and then we still get the desired output. And the established processes are also promoted among the employees, so that it can always contribute them or to their professional development, and at the same time it would help them to make decisions whenever a need arises. Acquiring talent. This is something very much every industry have to do. So not every managing director or the director will have the skill to know about everything. So we cannot be jack of all cards all the time. And whenever there is a new technology or new kind of a process that is being introduced, we acquire the talent from outside. And this is done just not with respect to your competitives, not just by giving them a competitive salary and other things, but then also to showcase our company culture, and as well as with respect to what I'm trying to say is that it cannot be always a monetary compensation. So we give them inside them. We talk to them that there is a kind of a freedom which is there inside our factory, and then we show to them what kind of benefits they get by having this freedom inside the factory. And constant training and upskilling also we do inside the factory, and this is like kind of very important to any industry, that it does not the professional development of your employees is very important. And so constant training and constant training is given it's just not on the managerial level, but all across through the employees as well, and to the last employee that this has been done. And what we do is that we also do managerial reviews on a weekly basis, and as well as the manager to employee reviews as well happen. So this processes gives a good confidence booster to the employees, and it also helps us out in spotting out talents. So let's say I have an employee who is like very good with respect to maintenance, but he might have a hidden talent with respect to planning. So this is something which we try to do. What we try to do is that we shuffle the departments, or we shuffle the employees among the departments, and we try to see. And this is done with let's say if some employee comes and tells us that he's interested to do this, then we give the freedom for him to walk into the next department and to try his hand out there. So this is with respect to the prioritizing skills. Okay, this is I guess all of us here would know to have an happy ecosystem, then a happy organization as such. So as we are a family-owned business, we try to maintain a cordial relationship, not only with the employee but also with their families as well, and we give them good amount of opportunities for them to express themselves. And one of the things that we do is that we are very transparent in our communications with the employees, and we try to communicate to them frequently. So any step which is being discussed on the senior management level is also being discussed through the hierarchy as well, so that they always know what is United Industries planning next, and what is our core strategies, and what is going to happen. As we are very transparent, our management team is also kept approachable at all times. So there is, even though we have an organization hierarchy from top to bottom, anybody can approach the management with their ideas, as well as with their grievances at all times, and that is kind of that helps us out in having a transparent relationship with the employees at all times. So that so I would say that it backs them up all the time, and so that level of confidence is given to the customer. And another very important thing that we do inside our factory is that the appreciation. So any small kind of achievement by themselves or their families are appreciated all along. And any given chance, we try to appreciate the employees, and this is done not only with respect to monetary this thing, but also with respect to highlighting their performance throughout the factory as well. And as previously I had said, as we are very transparent, we try to be also flexible, and we give the freedom for them to take decisions. So any kind of an employee, we give them the opportunity to make decisions, and we try to make them leaders at all times. And so one of the biggest problem which we face in the shop floor is that who would take this decision. And for example, if there is a scenario wherein one of the machines is stopped, and with change of something, you would be able to start the machine or improve the productivity. We give this opportunity, or we give it to any of the employees to decide and take a decision on there. And due to the flexibility, we are able to kind of get a good what I would say, this helps their confidence as well. And the other thing is that whatever the decisions which they take might be right and might be wrong, and most of the times it might be wrong, it would be wrong. And we back up these decisions, whatever they make, and whatever the path that leads to, we try to encourage them, so that the next time, from the experience that we have got, they would be able to decide in a right way. So we give a kind of a feedback to them. So this can be done. This what you did is right, but this could have been done a better way as well. This kind of a feedback we always try to give them. So this is with respect to the happy ecosystem. If the next thing is the productive partnership or collaborations that happens. This is very important to any kind of an organization. So you might not have all the talents inside your organizations, and some of the new technologies might be with your suppliers, and that has to be kind of you have to have a mutual beneficial collaboration, and this should be done with the right strategic partners, and they should be reliable, and they also bring in valuable experience. This skill set which you need is what is most important for a consistent growth. So to kind of what I would say is that to choose a right partner is very important, and this might take quite a bit of time and quite a bit of investment of your investment as well. But choosing the right partner is always important. Let's say, as an example, what we have done when we started the company, we did not have any kind of robots inside our factory. And one fine day, we had a partnership with Whitman and Battlefield robots. And Whitman and Battlefield had organized a kind of they supplied one of their robots, and they said, like, okay, why don't you test it out whether it's being useful for you. Whitman and Robo, it's an Austrian made company, and they gave us this opportunity to collaborate with them, and now we have close to about 50 Whitman and Battlefield robots inside our plant, and this has helped out with finding out innovative technologies that can be used inside our factory. And at the same time, it also brings out cost efficiencies as well. So let's say the first time they did that, that was like kind of let's say, why don't you try it? And we have not backed out. And there have been now companies that have been lined up inside to try to sell robots to us, but they're not able to do it because we maintain a good relationship with them. And this is very, very important to have productive partnership. And same with respect to our injection molding machines as well. We try to bulk procure those injection molding machines. And in the last 2 to 3 years, we have invested quite a bit, and we have chosen our partners with respect to let us say cost effective and technologies, and it brings in a win-win situation. That's what I'm trying to portray here. And this is very, very important. And sometimes these partnerships might also be with your competitors as well, because they might also have technology that you don't have, and you have something better to offer to them, and you can collaborate with them. That's what is happening right now. I do injection molding, and painting is done by one of my competitors. And what we have done now is that we have gone ahead and we have collaborated with each other, so that whatever parts I do, whatever paint parts they need to procure, I do the injection molding and they do the painting and send it across. And it's the other way around as well. So whenever there is only an injection molding this thing, they come to us. The next thing is the diversification, and this is something which we started to when in 2008, after when there was a recession with respect to the automotive industry, we had quite a bit of hit there. And even though we had a growth of about 20% that year, we still had a pinch to our cash flow structure. And this emphasized that we should not be dependent upon too much upon one industry. And we thought like we should move, and we choose the white goods market. And that's why we have been we have now Samsung as well inside our factory. So starting from TS cycles with the cycle parts, and then moving into the automotive industry, and then now slowly we are trying to get a good pie on the white goods market. So this is the strategy that we have done, and there has been quite a bit of diversification that has gone through this. So what has happened is that So what we did that when we started this diversification was to secure the existing business. That's what we did. So before we started the diversification, we put a dedicated team with a distinct skill set and secured the existing business, and then started on what to do next. So that the core team came into the picture and they stabilized. And so when the focus was on the new customer, the core team then took this what I would say, they took the stability of the company so that the focus is not lost. And again, here diversification, what United Industries did was we had related as well as an unrelated diversification. So the related diversification was that we had the same industry. We just changed or we just started getting new business from these new vertical, that is the white goods industry, but then same injection molding parts. And right now we also are at the COVID time, just before the COVID started, we also started diversification for putting up a paint shop line. And this is the related diversification that we have done. And we have also done into unrelated diversification as well, wherein we have, which brings penetration into new markets and dimensions. And this we have done by investing into software companies and as well as FMCG products. This diversification also has happened. So whenever we have diversified, what we have done is that we have diversified very slowly into the field, and not putting all the money or not putting everything into at one time, but slowly kind of increase the share is what I would say. As I said, from 2008 we started for the white goods market, and that time the business was only 1% or 2% for the Samsung industry, and now we have close to about 16%. So year on year we have grown with Samsung as well. Now there is a point wherein Samsung is ready to give us more share of their business, and but then we have not taken everything at once is what I'm trying to say here. So you should always maintain a delicate balance between your new customer and as well as your old existing customer. Nevertheless, only your old existing customer has what I would say, they are the major reason for your growth, and you should never lose the focus from them. So the next thing is to adapt to change and prepare for disruption. I believe yesterday Mr. Chokia sir had sent about this Choleteka bridge example, and I would just like to read the bridge example, and this is very, very relevant with respect to the COVID times. So I would like to thank Mr. Business World, Mr. Prakash Iyer, for this article. And as you would have, I believe most of you would have read the article on the WhatsApp forward that we got from Mr. Chokia yesterday. And so the Choleteka is nothing but a little town in Honduras in Central America. And it is a region which is notorious to most of the hurricanes which happens in the Central America. And they had a kind of they decided to build a new bridge over River Choleteka in 1996, and they wanted to ensure it would withstand the extreme weather conditions. The Japanese firm was contracted, and they built a solid bridge designed to withstand the powerful forces of nature. The new Choleteka bridge, a modern-day marvel of design and engineering, was thrown open to the public in 1998. And as people drove from one side of the Choleteka River to the other, they couldn't help but admire the new bridge. It was Choleteka's pride and joy. In October that year, there was a hurricane, Mitch, with Honduras. There was 75 inches of rain in 4 days, the equivalent of what they say received in 6 months. There was devastation all around. The river Choleteka swelled and flooded the entire region. There were close to about 7,000 people who lost their lives. The bridge in Honduras was destroyed, all except one, the new Choleteka bridge. It remained unaffected. But there was a problem. While the bridge was intact, the road leading to it and the road leaving it were both swept away, leaving no sign that there was once a road there. And that's not all. The flooding forced the river Choleteka to change its course. It created a new channel, and the river now flowed beside the bridge. not under, but beside the bridge. Need to note this very much. So while the bridge was strong enough to survive the hurricane, it became a bridge over nothing, a bridge to nowhere. This happened like 22 years ago, but the lesson from the Choleta Bridge is more relevant to our COVID times, as Mr. Choke had pointed out. As you look your career, think again, and all these things with respect to the career and the decisions that you make, it is always a kind of a tussle that you do. You put all your hard work and your smart work in one kind of development, and one point in time, what I would say, the problem itself changes. So we build our business and focus on creating the best solution for a given problem, but at times the problem itself changes. So this is what has actually happened now with respect to the COVID. As you see, we were very strong with respect to with building out, but then nobody expected 3 months of complete revenue loss, and this is something but we try to adapt it to change. Most of us out here have used the time to develop their own skills and develop new skills, and this is and it is there inside our genes as well. With respect to Indians, we try to adapt to the situation, and that is one among that that is one among the best things that we have. And what I'm trying to say is here that we focus on the bridge, but we forget or we ignore that the river has the capability to change its course, and we need to think about both the scenarios and be prepared all the time. So we always try to have this. We build the base as such so that we would be able to last. But then what we need to do is to adapt to the situation. And let's see with an example what kind of adaptation that we had to undergo. With respect to Hyundai, probably most of you would have noticed that that in the third quarter and the fourth quarter of the last financial year, there were no small cars. There were a lot of new introductions from Hyundai themselves, but then there was a very less amount of sales that happened with respect to the small cars. And we had developed our production lines thinking that that it would help us out to achieve a good amount of sales, and we have invested quite a bit on that. And our customer was saying that probably it might not be that we might have to change our course, and we might have to kind of not put everything on one horse, is what they were saying. And we diversified ourselves so that we just not only do it with respect to the small cars, but then we also invested quite a bit on the SUVs as well. And you would have seen that the number of SUV cars that was sold inside that particular quarter is being throughout the world has been quite good. And what has also happened after the COVID sales, even though we did not have a 3 month of revenue loss, we had a 3 month of revenue loss. But once the company started, both our vendors, Hyundai as well as Samsung, they are aggressive players. And now, if you see, 70% of the cars that are got sold in the month of June and July is the small cars. So our lines were made in such a way that we were able to adapt to both the small cars increase as well as the SUV increase. And even if I don't know, most of you have not, I don't know whether you have noticed it, even now the home appliances divisions have also gone strength to strength after the COVID. And there is a demand of close to about 130 to 150%. So we were always prepared for this demand. We were always thought like, definitely this would click, and we betted rightly, is what I would say. The another thing which we do to prepare for this disruption is that we always maintain or review our core strategies altogether, always at all times. And what we try to do is that we try to evolve, improve, and keep up with the competition. and regularly reviewing our strategies with our employees and as well as with the core team, and also with our customers as well. So they are kept informed all the time what is our next thing, and we are also kept informed by the customer what is their next step. What we also try to do is that we always try to keep ourselves informed about the market, and we try to anticipate major shifts, and that's what we did with respect to the small car and the SUV division. And business model should be malleable enough to course correct and adapt new pathways to growth, and this has been the strategy for us all the time, and this helps us out to maintain the sustainability and the growth at all times. And it is definitely impossible for any company to be totally disruption proof. Quality leadership can make this difference, and between a business being completely railroaded by disruption, or one can take it to the stride and growth as a result. And this is what we are trying to do inside United Industries, and this is what have kept us afloat at all times. And the way forward is to what I would say is to the willingness to grow. That plays a major role, and to sustain what is already there, and to learn new and adapt to newer technologies. These are the things that we focus upon to have this sustainable growth inside our factories. So that's about it. I'm sorry, the flow has been a little difficult because it is something new for me to do in front of the computer, and I should have practiced more.
Okay, it was a very detailed and very good presentation, Keerthi.
No, but the flow is not coming to the expectation levels.
Gopi, would you like to?
Thank you very much, Keerthi. It was an excellent presentation. You have thrown open the floor with your insightful thoughts on how you go from one level to the next level. It was indeed a very pleasant sharing. Touched upon various aspects of your growth, right from 2003 onwards to 2020, where you are and how you have reached that stage. And you also touched upon the sustainability and growth, wherein you discussed about the business growth, quality, and being cost competitive. And you also touched upon timely delivery being the key for all these things. Then you also touched upon the improved response time. Then managing skills, what kind of responsibilities you gave to your team members, how you managed to groom your team, and how you made each individual accountable. That's one aspect which was from what we hear from others. Then you also touched upon creating great environment to the employees, taking care of the families and the employees in total. We did discuss about this employee being given autonomy and flexibility to decide. Then we also touched upon this lean management, which is definitely a key to all the growing industries today. Then you touched upon this productive partnership, wherein choosing a correct partner, how it helps to build your business.
Yes, the right supplier and as well as
right supplier, reliable person. Then you did touch upon diversification, where you said the key to diversification is maintaining a balance and diversify slowly, not to take it's like taking a baby step and moving forward.
Yes, exactly. Not to take a drastic step at once and massive investing on things.
And the concluding about the adaptability to change and what disruption was also great. Overall, it was very interesting. Now, can we start taking questions, Tariq? Tariq, you're there. Can you take
Yeah.
questions there?
Yeah, Gopi, please go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Questions.
So I have already a question from Mr. Vishwanath on the chat. Like, what percentage of our turnovers you reserve for product development, and how are you planning for succession in the management? So this is quite a good question. The percentage of turnover with respect to product development. So product development as such, we have been as previously we were contract manufacturers, right? As I said, and in the last few years is when we have been starting to do product developments. One of the things that we try to do is that, or consciously what we try to have is that we try to, the turnover is one part, but then you need to the profit, from the profits what you invest upon. So we invest close to about 10% of our profit into the product development. That's what happens. And with respect to the turnover, it comes up to, you can do the math. And planning for succession inside the management, the core team plays a role. So that is where if you see, my brother is the managing director of the company, and then onwards, I being the director. But there is already the core team which was already put in picture even before I joined this business, and so we do a kind of a succession wherein the core team is kind of given more importance. And what we try to do is that we take we give them more opportunity, and then bringing them into the senior management level, and automatically that is what has happened in kind of giving them more here with respect. It's a family-owned business, so succession-wise.
All the more reason I'm asking this question. The reason I'm asking is this: many families, the children do not want to take; they want to enjoy the thing. See, they don't, because it's a commitment. To run a business is not easy. So the children, when they become I'm not talking of small. I'm talking of 1,500, 2,000 crore companies. They are having big succession issues. The children are asking, what's the point? Instead of enjoying the money, you're asking us to go to a factory every day. Once today biggest problem is big companies, the real big ones. I'm talking of the 5 billion, 6 billion. They are able to hire managing directors at a salary of 2 crores, 3 crores a year. Companies like this, they are not able to attract that kind of talent where independently businesses can be married. And the children, I know quite a few of them where they're actually cursing their grandfather. They're saying every day morning I have to come and sit in the factory instead of enjoying my life. Even my friends who are earning a salary are enjoying life. They go on holidays. So how do you plan? Because it's a family-run concern only, I'm asking this question.
So as such, it's a private. Already when we do a private limited company, as such, you are different and the company is different. Company is a baby, and as such, whatever the company needs. So let's say, let me put a good example here, wherein I have Mr. the business head or the number 2 in our factory, and we have made a situation wherein after my brother's managerial position, or whenever he retires, this guy would come into because he has more experience, and he would go into that role. And so that kind of that is what we are going to. It is not just I do not have a direct right on the chair. So that kind of a system is what is placed inside United.
That's a
so
wise.
We give them, yes. So that every employee, because they have worked or they have done, they have contributed more than us, and that's how. So I report to him in a lot of matters, and that's how it is.
Very nice. We'll discuss sometime about this.
Definitely.
Because there are many family-run businesses, they are facing this problem. That's why I was curious how they do. Some people diversify like TVS into several organizations so that they don't step on each other's shoe.
So
some people hand it over to professional managers.
Both myself and my brother are very young. My brother is only 45 and I'm only 36. So quite a good amount of time for us to think on this. But right now, if you ask me why right now for emergency situations or anything of that sort, that's how we have thought about. So, yeah. that is also encouraging your employees as well, that is a possibility that you can be on the top when you perform.
Okay.
Yeah, Keerthi, hi, this is Suprasanna Bhatt.
Hi, but
Hi. Just a quick question on Industry 4.0. Can you just briefly explain how you have rolled out 4.0 in your industry?
so what we have done is that we have incorporated the 4.0 standard or the IoT modules directly on the controller of the machines, itself, on all the injection molding machines. So we are able to then remotely monitor from anywhere, and that's what has happened. And for older machines, what we have done is that we have got modules where we would be able to directly pick the inputs from the PLC directly. So we put a parallel PLC, and then we get the inputs out from them, and through that to the cloud, and through the cloud anywhere around. And that's how we have done it. And it is not only for the injection molding machines that we have done, we have also done it for the assembly lines. For example, with Tariq sir's involvement in the ERP, we are also now able to monitor those assembly outputs as well from the ERP system. So that is one way. And the other thing is that we also do the energy monitoring. So we put it on the input of each and every section of the injection molding machines, wherein your accessories and auxiliaries are also connected. There we have put energy meters, which is with the IoT facility, and and through that we are able to monitor everything.
Okay, so you have completely networked the factory.
Exactly.
Almost.
So that's what we have done.
Okay. Yes.
So
thanks.
on a regular basis, what we do is that we kind of, whenever there is a downtime or whenever there is a quality rejection, we have given tablets to the employees to enter these data then and there, so that even before your shift ends, then all these data is captured, and so that you completely avoid the paper trail.
Okay, actually we are developing a similar solution, but we'll take it offline. Maybe we can discuss on how to automate the entire suite. So we have okay, we'll discuss offline. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Nice presentation, Keerthi, with a lot of insights on your growth and how you took every issue as an opportunity for growth. I think your emphasis on training your employees is a good thing. Please keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Keerthi sir, I'm Meenakshi from Shivagazi. நீங்க அந்த காப்பர் பவுல் சொல்லிட்டு ஒன்னு போட்டுருந்தீங்களா? அதை பத்தி ஒண்ணுமே எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணல. What is the role? What you have done in the copper bowl in Germany? Can you explain?
So okay, I can explain. நான் இங்கிருந்து அங்க போகும்போது வந்துட்டு எனக்கு வந்துட்டு டீ போடுறதை தவிர்த்து வந்துட்டு எதுவுமே தெரியாது. When I went in 2005 after my electrical electronics, so I went to do the Masters in Information Technology and Automation System, Germany. அப்போ போகும்போது வந்துட்டு I started learning cooking, and cooking was like kind of what happened was like வந்துட்டு அதான் வந்துட்டு என்னோட கான்சென்ட்ரேஷன். ஒரு all the time I was in front of the computer. போஸ்ட்லயும் சரி இல்லாட்டி வந்துட்டு வீட்டில் சேட் பண்றதோ இது பண்றதோ, cooking become like kind of what I would say to re-energize me or focus வந்துட்டு கம்ப்ளீட்டா வந்துட்டு எடுக்கிறதுக்கோ, டு ரிலாக்ஸ் பண்றதுக்கோ, ஸ்ட்ரெஸ் வந்துட்டு லெவல்ஸ் கம் பண்றதுக்கோ அது was helping me out. And as such வந்துட்டு I started participating into cultural events, and அதுல குக் பண்றது and all those things were like kind of வந்துட்டு, so I thought like வந்துட்டு I was once my then I started working for Daimler. So on the Daimlerல வந்துட்டு as you know that வந்துட்டு work field பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் 7 hours of work time தான் every day. So close to about 35 hours. You have a work life balance வந்துட்டு is very good with respect to Germany. And என்னோட free timesல வந்துட்டு cooking was becoming like a passion to me. And the weekends வந்துட்டு I was trying to cook either for the cultural events which we do through India Culture Forum, or வந்துட்டு some other events we were trying to do. அப்போ வந்துட்டு this picked up, and I thought like why can't we not start something on our own அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு we started doing the weekend kitchens மாதிரி வந்துட்டு பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தோம். We rented a place. We did a weekend kind of this thing just to promote culture among it. Nothing to do with respect to monetary earnings or something. Just like taking your mind off அப்படின்னு ஆரம்பிச்சோம். And after my father's demise வந்துட்டு I have to move back to India. So அதனால வந்துட்டு, but still I had the businesses out there. இதுக்கு முன்னாடி in between I had an United Opto Electronics ன்னு சொல்லிட்டு, or still I have a company wherein we kind of did a R&D research work, and we are at the stage of manufacturing the products for the light industry, LED based industry. And due to the heavy investments out here, I have kind of shelved the product. So this is nothing to do with the product which I was discussing through the presentation. So on the time I thought like I should do something. I should have this bridge all the time with Germany. So அதனால I started this restaurant along with another partner out there, Copper Bowl னு சொல்லிட்டு, பக்கா South Indian restaurant. And I have close to about 85% local population visit me, and only rest of the 15% Indians visit me through the weekend. And of course, what we try to achieve there local, we try to be as much local as possible. இப்போ இருக்குல்ல கோவிட் டைம்ஸ்ல இருக்கிற மாதிரி தான் டைரக்டா ப்ரொக்யூர்மெண்ட் ஃப்ரம் ஃபார்மர்ஸ் அண்ட் லோக்கல் ப்ரூவரியோட சப்போர்ட் வித் ரெஸ்பெக்ட் டு த ட்ரிங்க்ஸ் தட் வி சப்ளை, அண்ட் வி டென் டு பி ஆஸ் லோக்கல் as possible. அப்படிதான் பண்ணியிருக்கோம் அந்த ரெஸ்டாரண்ட்டை. அண்ட் இப்போ ஒரு கான்செப்ட் ஆஃப் வேகன் ரெஸ்டாரண்ட்ஸ் இஸ் பிக்கிங் அப் இன் யூரோப், அண்ட் சவுத் இந்தியன் குசைன் பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் ஃப்ரெஷ் as well. So this has given us a good what I would say is that I'm not earning quite a bit revenue madi varla angende, but this is a bridge which I have with respect to Germany. And engaloda customers are mostly women, 30 plus women da anga Germans are hardcore meat eaters. So
garlic bread, wine, house wine.
Women only bring the men to the restaurant. And touch wood, we have been the constant 4.6 4.7 வச்சிருக்கோம் ratings Google la. Close to about 1000 reviews there.
எத்தனை ரெஸ்டாரன்ட் ரன் பண்றீங்க?
ஒரு ரெஸ்டாரன்ட் தான் சார், with 60 packs.
ஓகே.
last year
next expand பண்ணாம சொல்லுங்க, we will invest.
கண்டிப்பா.
ஓகே, இன்னொரு கொஸ்டின். நீங்க அப்பா சொல்றத 3 இதை கேட்டுட்டு இருக்கேன்னு சொன்னீங்க. இந்த கவர்மெண்ட் சைடு வாட் யுவர் ஃபாதர் டெல்ஸ் த சீக்ரெட் ஹவு டு டேக்கிள் த கவர்மெண்ட் எம்ப்ளாயி அடுத்து என்ன சொன்னீங்கல்ல. ஸோ கவர்மெண்ட் சைட்ல
மணி கேஷ் ஃப்ளோ பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் what we try to do is that first government payments, உங்களோட let it be GST இருக்கட்டும், let it be your tax, TDS, and all your insurance payments, etc. That is our first, whatever it is, and the first chunk of money when we receive in the first week of the calendar, and the money will go to the government as such. We always ensure that we are right, and we are very transparent with respect to that. The next thing that we do is that employees salaries right on time, and any kind of advances or anything அந்த மாதிரி related things, everything we give preference to the employees. இது பண்ணுவோம். So that these 2 things will happen on the first week all the time. And then your supplier payments, and then only we take our salaries. So that is how it has been all the time. And this has helped us out, except for COVID oda April மாசம், wherein GST payment வச்சு தான் எங்களால salary கொடுக்க முடிஞ்சிச்சு.
ஓகே.
That's what I said, it's got interchange.
அனந்தபூர்ல கியாக்கு இப்போ நீங்க மோல்டு சப்ளை பண்றீங்கல்ல, சோ குவாண்டிட்டி வைஸ் per month how they are consuming actually?
They're doing quite good, sir. They are close to about ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது 350 cars தான் எங்களோட இதுவா இருந்துச்சு. We put a dedicated
350 cars per month.
இல்ல per week I'm talking.
Per week. Okay.
Per day, sorry. Per day.
Sorry.
Per day.
350 mold per day.
350 cars per day. So ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது that was the strategy, and அதுவே biggest இங்க நாங்க அவங்களுக்கு கொடுத்த கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ் தான், எங்க கஸ்டமர் தான். What they did was they consolidated all other competitors and gave all the molds to us. So அது because of the QCDS we have been following all this while, அதான் has helped us out to achieve this. எங்களை அங்க பிளான்ட் போட வச்சாங்க அவங்க, and they gave us an opportunity to do that. இப்போ வந்துட்டு close to about 650 cars பண்றாங்க. In between 650 cars தான் before COVID times அவங்க. And they are now back to their normal of producing 650 cars per day. This will again go up to 850 cars per day in the following weeks. Just after Independence Day, this will go to 850 cars. So an introduction of அவங்களோட new Sonet ன்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு கார் introduce பண்றாங்க. And that will also is going to be good. They have done quite a bit of research with respect to the Indian market. So style and as well as loading the car with everything has helped them to grow quickly at a very short span of time.
I think Shivaraman has posted some question.
Yes, Keerthi, two questions for you. Sir, I think I can raise two questions because I have time, I believe. One was, I think already Vichu sir has already asked that question. Maybe it's a continuation on that. We do always see the second generation entrepreneurs shall not have the freedom to grow the company, or they will take it to the down level. Whereas in your case, you and your brother took it to the next level. What was the change and how it happened?
Basics, sir. That's the concentration of the basics. That's what we did, and the core team has only helped us out, is what I would say here. And generation change இருக்கும்போது already there was a core team, and the core team gave a baton to the next core team that we created. So every time when we do, for example, my brother has a separate core team, and I will have a separate core team. And whenever there is a change of shift, the core team, the senior core team takes the baton in their hands and then pass it on to the next core team, and that's what we have been following out. So that is what has helped us out to have a stability inside the firm, and as well as to not lose focus. That's what has happened, sir.
Right. The another question is, your sales share with one of the automotive company was around 68%. So do you think whether it is as a strength or it is a risk?
At times risk, but at times it gives us strength. Because both let us say Sion Eva is our major customer, 68%. But this has grown only from what I would say when we got our first mold in 2004 or 2005. There was nothing, and they have been encouraging us, and they are growing along with us, and this has been maintained for the last 15 years of our relationship with them, and slowly. But that is why we started trying to diversify as well. We are trying to increase the share inside our of the white goods market as well. Definitely a risk is what I would say, but we are attending to it.
Thanks, Keerthi. It was a very good presentation. Thank you.